everyone, my name is Lisa Marsicano and I'm an Executive Function Skills Specialist and Coach. And today's video I decided to make is for the students in particular, those who might be coming to visit us or be looking to engage in coaching services, whether that's with us or with another group, that we want you to understand what executive functioning is, just kind of in general, and then what it is that we do here and how we approach things, so that if your parents have asked you to come and meet with us, you know what this is all about kind of coming in. And so what we do with our first appointments here in our practice, and then the name of my company is called Solutions for Student Success, and we're located in Westmont, Illinois. So if you're local and coming to visit with us, you'll come with us for that first appointment, meet with your parent and yourself, and then our coaches. And I work here along with 4 other fabulous coaches, and we talk with you a lot. That first appointment, it's a little bit longer of an appointment, but we meet with you and talk about kind of what you're experiencing in school and out of school, how you're doing, how you feel things are going, what your goals are, and then we'll hear from your parents as well as to what their concerns are, what areas and skills they might want to see you develop. Also looking at what you would like to make progress in and things that might be getting in your way, and kind of talking about ideas and strategies that we might have or what we could do to support you in that. So what I always ask students when we sit down for that first appointment, it's the only one where your parents will be in with you, and from that point forward it would just be one-on-one with you and a coach. But what we do at that first meeting is I ask, do you have an understanding of what you're doing here, or what types of things we can work on, or why you're even sitting here at our table? And some students do kind of have an understanding of the executive functioning and what executive functioning means. And for a lot of students, it's basically the answer is just because my parents told me I had to come. And that usually stems from having some difficulties or challenges related to school, or managing time and resources and frustrations outside of school as well. So I do always like to ask students that question, and then kind of tell a little bit of background as far as what we deal with executive functioning, what that really means to us, and then talk a little about what our approach is. So the first thing I want to make sure that students understand with the executive functioning is that what it refers to is just kind of, these are the skills that you need to really be able to plan and carry out all your day-to-day stuff, right? So whether that's academics, academics, stress management, kind of the big picture. Those skills include organization, so kind of just keeping track of your stuff. Time management, so how are you using your time? How are you getting started? Are you really aware of how long things take? Are you good at planning that? So that kind of leads into the planning component. So we're going to talk to you about how we can actually find really good and simple strategies for you to plan everything that you have to manage. And that would be your schoolwork, your time, your activities, your other commitments, any goals that you've set for yourself, hobbies, all of that, kind of all encompassing, especially with regard to schoolwork, of course, is a big area that we talk about planning with. So we'll do organization, planning, time management. We also will talk a lot about some of the things that get in the way, right? So what's getting in the way of you reaching your goals? So we'll talk about procrastination. Many of our students express having difficulty getting started, not knowing kind of what the assignment is, what the expectation is, how are they going to get everything done, and then dealing with that overwhelm or getting kind of stuck. So we have a lot of kids who express that they get overwhelmed with the amount of work to do, or they're not really sure what to do. So we can address all of those pieces. And then another factor of executive functioning that we look at is that self-regulation. What we want you to do is all these areas that we're talking about here, and we deal with the attention and focus piece as well. We deal with study skills and study strategies. How do you really efficiently and effectively prepare for quizzes and tests, right? So our philosophy here is to be finding the most practical and realistic strategies for you to make everything easier. So you're getting better outcomes, but you're spending less time doing it. So there's not a lot of time in the school day for you guys to learn these skills and strategies. So we like to do it where we can really hone in on what's getting in your way. Is it that you're procrastinating, you're avoiding, you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed, and then kind of setting up plans and giving you strategies and ideas for how you can manage that. So we want to make sure that you understand that we'll deal with those skills. We'll talk about all of this. It's very one-on-one, customized, personalized brainstorming that we do. But the other factor is that self-regulation, very top level. So once we kind of build up all of these different ideas and strategies, and you're kind of liking where we're going with it, it's going to come down to whether you can recognize when one of these obstacles is coming up and see, oh gosh, I'm procrastinating right now. What were my strategies for that? And then put them into place. Oh shoot, I'm not really paying attention. I didn't really pay attention to what I was reading. What were my strategies for that? Okay. And then get yourself back on track quickly and start to actually use and apply all these things that you're learning in coaching sessions. So our philosophy here is very practical and realistic. We do not tell you exactly what you have to do. We do not tell you exactly how you have to do it, but we do have a ton of really, and I have all these crazy charts. We always joke about this in sessions, but we've got an entire manual, and I've got step-by-step plans we've written for how to really be successful in school. So we have our school success plan, and we have a lot of charts and tools that will kind of walk you through to help you figure out really how you can personally be successful. This is our class and study plan. So we've got one where we'll kind of customize exactly for each class you're struggling in, if you have any of those, what it's going to take to do well, or what it's going to take to study well. And we're going to personalize that and customize that for this school year with this teacher, given this set of materials, right? And then we'll revamp it for the following school year if we're continuing to work together. So we're going to customize and personalize plans for homework routines, mornings, evenings, stress management, any area that you feel is personally important. So we do a lot of just general talk about goals. So when we have that initial meeting, we'll get to hear from your parents what their goals are for you and what they want you to work on or where they see you struggling, right? But we also, most importantly, are going to focus on what you actually feel is getting in your way and where you think that you need to grow and develop. So do we need to build study skills? Do we need to look at time management? Do you get overwhelmed? Are you struggling with procrastination and avoidance? Are you having trouble focusing in class? And then we're going to dig down and really come up with what are some realistic strategies you can use to address each of those areas. We will not force you to talk about an area that you don't think is problematic. You might be the most organized person in the world and you just need some ideas for how to study better. Or you might have difficulty with organizing, keeping track of your assignments and your things, and then we're going to jump in and work on that. So as we work together, we really look at what it is that you personally want to get out of this. And two of our top reasons students come in for coaching, or they get motivated to come in and coach with us, the goals that they set, top two, are number one, getting better grades. So many of you might be coming to us and you've got good grades, but we just need to work on some of those skills that I mentioned. And others of you might be coming in where your grades are not quite where you want them to be, and that can be difficult because you might be working really, really hard and you might be spending a ton of time on your schoolwork, but you're not seeing the results, and it can be extremely frustrating and really, really take its toll on your self-confidence, because if you're not kind of matching up to your own expectations or meeting your parents' expectations, you're probably not feeling really great about yourself. So those are areas we can help you to address with some very concrete and practical strategies and ideas. It's a lot about problem solving and working together to do brainstorming. It's not about you coming in and us making you fill out a bunch of sheets and charts that don't really matter, or about us telling you exactly what you have to do. So I just want to make sure everyone's kind of clear and on the same page. Everything we do here is very customized and individualized, and we like to create kind of plans and processes that you can always fall back on when these different situations arise. So the number one reason students come in, or one of the top two, is to improve their grades so they can kind of feel better about what they're doing. Second one is to get their parents off their back. And so this may or may not be the case with you. We've got some family dynamics where that is not happening, but a lot of times by the time you are coming to us or ending up in our office, we're at a point where kind of parents are panicking. Maybe the grades aren't doing well, or there's a lot of stress and overwhelm and frustration going on, and parents are trying to help manage or micromanage, checking grades, staying on top of you, telling you what to do, nagging. I do it myself at home with my kids, even though I don't want to. So that's one of the other top goals that we have students coming in here, and we can help you with that. We like to work with, we'll bring your parents in as needed. If you are taking ownership, our whole goal here is to get you to become independent and take ownership. So if you are starting to step up and apply the new strategies and the tools, and you're seeing success, and you're actually putting in the effort in these areas that we're talking about, which, like I said, are always just very practical and easy to use, we are very happy to ask your parents to go ahead and step back and kind of back off and let you do it for yourself, so that we can see what tools are really working. So we can help get your parents off your back. The third area where we feel students really kind of want to improve upon is that they want to spend less time and be less stressed. So less time and less stress around their schoolwork. And certainly a lot of the tools and structures that we have that we can put in place, and just some of the real simple, quick strategies and ideas that we use, definitely help you feel better about what you're doing, knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, and knowing that you have a plan that can really help you to be more efficient, get your homework done quicker, get better grades, or get the grades that you want, and then you're really overall kind of big picture feeling better about where things are at, and naturally that will also kind of lend itself to getting your parents off your back, so everything works together. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of what we do. We spend a lot of our time in sessions kind of doing that brainstorming and problem solving and strategizing, coming up with the ideas that are going to work. And so from session to session, you'll be asked to go and try those things out, come back with honest feedback. What worked? What did you follow through on? What did you not? If you had trouble following through, we're going to talk to you a little bit about why that happened. We can tweak the plans, we can change them, we can work with anything that you give us. We just need to know what is or isn't working and what you do and don't like about it, and then kind of honestly giving us feedback as to what's getting in the way and what you're actually applying, and we can go from there. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to share with you so you had an idea of what the coaching sessions actually looked like, and it's a lot of that brainstorming and working together to basically make your life easier. So hopefully that helps give you an understanding about what we do. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you in our office soon.